What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. And yikes, this topic is going to be a tough one to discuss on big tech, which is why I'll be live, by the way, on Rumble from 12 to 2 today. A link will be in the description, in the pinned comment below. We'll talk about this a little more freely, a little more probably accurately, although I don't know. Also, of course, not a doctor, and there's not a lot we know right now, but it sure seems this kind of thing is happening very often. Now, LeBron James, normally somebody I would dunk on this channel for being a woke moron. You know, in this particular video, I'm going to have some sympathy for the man, as his son, his super athletic NBA prospect, probable #1 pick in the NBA draft, has suffered a heart attack at 18 years old. Has it happened before? Yes, it has. Historically, it has happened. So I don't want to pretend like it's never, ever, ever happened before. I think that there are some questions that I think are brewing now for parents of young kids, of their athletic kids, that were told, you know, if people, people have short memories, including myself. In order to participate in sports in most states, you had to get certain things, right? Certain supplements for your body. And many of them chose to let their kids get this stuff so that they could continue playing basketball, so continue playing baseball. I understand a parent's tough position there. This is weird. So LeBron James's son, Brony, again, super athletic, super healthy, 18 years old, has had a heart attack during a basketball workout. The son of Lakers superstar was rushed to the hospital after the incident occurred during the UFC workout. Now, first and foremost, he is okay, thankfully. I've got no beef against LeBron James' son. I don't know LeBron James' son. I know he takes a lot of undue criticism because he dates a white girl or something like that. That's about all I know of him. I'm glad he's okay. Like, full stop. But obviously the internet is literally exploding with the exact questions you would think people are asking. Brony, who recently committed to USC, was taken by ambulance from USC's Galen Center to the venue where the school's basketball team practices. The incident is believed to have been a Code 3, which signifies the seriousness of the call as it requires ambulance lights and sirens. Well, as far as I understand, he was completely unconscious when they arrived. Yesterday, while practicing, Brony James suffered a cardiac arrest, a spokesperson for the James family told TMZ. Medical staff was able to treat Brony, take him to the hospital. He's now in stable condition and no longer in ICU. I think it's curious that he's already out of ICU. Again, I'm not a doctor, but as far as I understood, people are usually in the ICU a little bit longer when they have a heart attack, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was a super minor one. I don't know, but I do know he was unconscious when they arrived. That doesn't sound minor to me. Quote, we ask for respect and privacy for the James family and will update media when there's more information. LeBron and Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of athletes. Look, we saw this with the NFL player. I've already forgotten his name. You know, any other place in the world last year when that guy he had cardiac arrest several times. If he's anywhere else but a football field or in a hospital, he probably doesn't survive that. And so for athletic players, this is a very good thing for them. Brony recently took another step on his path to following his father's footsteps by choosing to wear black. Don't really care about the basketball stuff. It's run by China. Basketball, bad. Woke, trash. LeBron is believed to want to keep playing in the NBA until Brony can join him in the league. I need to be on the floor with my boy. I got to be on the floor with Brony, James told ESPN in January. Either in the same uniform or a matchup against him, he said, but I would love to do the whole Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. thing. I think that would be cool, actually. I'm sure it's pretty cool for a dad. LeBron James is still a stupid idiot, but that's neither here nor there, who also flops more than anybody else in the NBA and is a disgrace on the game's competitive nature. But if we look at a lot of the commentary around this, obviously, there's a lot of people wondering what's going on with this. Is this the new normal? You know, our young athletic, you know, a lot of people are saying, wow, it must have been something he ate. It must have been that he was not working out. It must have been, ironically saying, right? Robbie Starbuck writes, I've seen more young athletes with heart problems since this time period than I've ever saw in my 30-plus years before combined. I can't say what caused the specific case, but I can say that this trend is not normal. Prayers up for him and his family. Malcolm Flex says, I know what we're all thinking about Brony's sudden cardiac arrest. Sadly, well, we call conspiracy theorists for asking the question of correlation. This wasn't happening prior to 2020. That's all I'm saying. Now, again, it has happened before. Remember, there's a lot more media coverage now, social media, things like that are getting reported. Things are getting reported out much quicker. But to me, all I can say is how it feels. It's like, geez, this is happening all the time. Now, there seems to have been a gap of, you know, when we saw this stuff happening. Obviously, high-profile NFL player, high-profile NBA-bound athlete. These are headline-making things. How often is it happening to Joe Schmo? We don't know because they're not making the front page. They're not getting on social media. They're not getting covered. You know, it's interesting to me that, you know, I'm glad he's okay. You look at the comments, though, everyone basically says the same thing. This is not normal. I wonder why. The things are safe and effective. I'm grateful to be poked and boosted weekly. Couldn't be them. Aliens are probably the explanation. You know, a seventh poke would have prevented this. We all know why. I mean, I understand why people feel this way. You see DC Drano, LeBron James' 18-year-old son has suffered a heart attack during basketball practice. He's stable condition, and we all hope he pulls through. True. Unfortunately, we likely know what happened here. When will people be held accountable for these crimes? I think that's a good question. Now, the thing is, they're never going to link the two. If you remember, oh God, please check me out on Rumble, link in the description. I've got a lot to say about this. If you remember, you know, during the lockdowns and during things, hospitals were getting extra money for saying people had the coof. And I think it's a reasonable assumption, a reasonable thought that people were happy to say, oh, well, they were in a car wreck, but they also had the coof. So let's say it's that. So we get an extra $40,000 in government aid. We'll never really know the correct number, I think, of people that passed. Obviously, it's real. I've had it multiple times and it sucks. But it's curious. It's curious. You know, a lot of people are thinking, every unpoked person is thinking, we told you so, prayers for Brony. Again, so many people got it. I mean, what the heck happened to, what's the other actor? We're never going to know what happened to him. That guy, he looks white now. Like, literally like a white man. Another famous black actor who was forced to get it to stay in a movie, and then, like, coincidentally, 3 months later, he almost dies. Perfectly healthy man. Now, can I say it was the poke? No, I can't. I don't know, and we'll never know. Certainly, there are a lot of speculation. Why can't I think of his name? You know who I'm talking about. It's just wild. I mean, the thing is, so many people got it that when something bad happens to somebody, it's like, oh, well, this is why. We don't know, but I do think it's fair that people around the world, here we go. Here's a before and after picture of somebody who had a totally normal. Now, look, lighting is a thing. You can see this other picture is very differently lit, but his head shape looks literally different. Look what happened to his chin. Now, again, lighting, camera angle, camera lenses, this is a thing, right? Jamie Foxx. I mean, this guy recently got it, and then this happened. Now, I don't know. We can't know. I can't sit here on YouTube specifically and say I know. I really can't say that anywhere because I don't, and I'm not a doctor. But I think it's awfully suspicious that we have these situations and high-profile ones. And again, I want to remind people that these are like some of the most famous people on earth, right? NFL player on an NFL field, soccer players on soccer fields, the most famous basketball player in the world's son. What about all the people that aren't famous? How often is this stuff happening out there that we don't know about? It's a scary situation. It erodes trust. And every time something like this happens to somebody young, and again, it has happened in history pre-Poke era, okay? But it sure seems like it's happening a lot now, and nobody wants to talk about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like on it and subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.